Hey YouTube, it's your boy Witchy here, coming at you with some more Age of Mythology Retold content. And in this video, I am talking to all of the new players to this game. Beginners of RTS, maybe you've never played an RTS game before in your life. Maybe the only game you did play was the OG Age of Mythology when you were a kid, and you want to get back into it, but you're not too sure what the kind of easiest, beginner-friendly Major God is to try out. Now, the interesting one in this video is that a lot of people are probably going to say one type of Major God, and I'm going to switch it up a little bit and go a little bit, take a risk and potentially offer a different Major God that maybe some of you weren't thinking about. So let's just jump into the tech tree on the game. And this is where we can see all of the Major Gods at the moment and the pantheons, of course, above them. So a lot of people are probably going to advocate the Greeks. And the reason that is because they are very traditional in how you would play an RTS game. You have your resource drop-off point buildings that you need to build, unique ones maybe for both wood and gold. Then you have granaries that are good for food, and then you can transition into farms later on in the game. And it's all very very similar. You've got your military buildings. You've got like 3 or 4 different military buildings for cavalry, for archers, for melee infantry. Very similar in nature to Age of Empires 2, to also Age of Empires 4, for example. But I'm going to throw that out the window, and I'm actually going to say that I think Gaia is the easiest. Now, hear me out before you switch off the video. Hear me out here. So, Gaia is part of the Atlanteans pantheon, and one of the key things about the Atlanteans is that you don't have to worry about building resource drop-off buildings. You don't have to worry about that. The units will just auto-gather, similar to Age of Empires 3. So if people are watching this and they know my content from Age of Empires 3, the Atlanteans are going to be very ideal for you. You're going to be very at home playing them. But something good about Gaia as well is that her focus is around economy and buildings. So it means that your macro planning is a lot easier compared to the Greeks. And one reason is one I've just mentioned, the drop-off points. You don't have to worry about it. Also, favor generation as well. So with the Greeks, if we just go back to the Greeks, favor generation is done by using villagers to pray at the temple. And once again, it's just adding another layer of complexity and thing that you have to be aware of when you're gathering your resources. So it's not just food, wood, coin. You're going to have to worry about putting villagers as well onto temples. And it's just another layer of macro planning that you need to be aware of if you're a new player. Whereas with Gaia, favor is generated from building town centers. Slight correction there, I'm afraid. The favor generation is done from your oracles. You start with those units, 3 of them at the start of the game. They're kind of like a scouting unit, and if you station your oracles, i.e. you don't move them, then over time favor is generated from them. So if you do lose them early on, you need to think about creating more of them so you can continue with your favor generation. Another thing you don't have to worry about trying to macro the training of hero units and planning hero units and when to get those out, because with the Atlanteans you can create hero units on the spot when you need them for your military, and that is quite a key thing as well. Yes, it does cost resources and you are going to have to plan some kind of macro for it, but it makes it a little bit easier for when you might need some hero units when dealing with myth units from your opponent. So looking at Gaia here just a little bit more, we have to focus on economy and buildings. Our hero citizens, we start with hero citizens, and promoting the citizens to heroes costs a lot cheaper as well. And when you have hero citizens, they gather resources a lot quicker than normal citizens. And also, one citizen is you could sort of say one citizen's a little bit like 3 normal villagers in how they gather. And of course, the economy guild or the economic guild is the building where you can get upgrades from. The upgrades are a lot cheaper and they can be researched an age earlier. So Gaia is quite a turtle Major God, because we also have the ability of Lush here. And Lush will start to grow and expand from your base as you build things. And it means that your enemy cannot build on Lush either. So once again, it's catering more to a defensive style play for Gaia. So once again, very beginner friendly, because trying to think about Kronos, for example, quite a rush style major god in how it works, there's a lot more to think about and a lot more pressure for you to try and think about when do I need to rush. Like, I need to get stuff in a lot earlier. What do I need to plan for? It's a lot more planning and can go, there's more sort of opportunities for things to go wrong. Whereas Gaia, you don't have to worry about that as much. You can play a nice eco kind of game. So I would really recommend giving Gaia a go, playing Gaia on Skirmish a little bit, getting to know the buildings and what they're called. And once again, there's fewer military buildings as well to think about compared to the Greeks. The Greeks have a stable, they have an archery range, they have a barracks, whereas the Atlanteans have two. They have a counter barracks and a barracks. So it's not as much to think about with the Atlanteans. So I'm just going to leave it there, and we're just going to quickly jump into a game. I'm going to show you some of the unique buildings for the Atlanteans very quickly for you, so you can get into it, and hopefully you can start playing Gaia rather than maybe thinking that you have to play either like Zeus or Hades or Poseidon. You can maybe give Gaia a go if you're very, very new to the game and you're a beginner to RTS. All right, let's get into the game. All right, we're in the game. So we start off with 2 citizens. So the easiest thing is just to start getting one over to food and then getting one over to wood for now. And there we go. So the key thing is the economic guild. Remember that the economic guild, you get stuff an age earlier. So let's go ahead and just build one of those first. And we'll get our hero citizen to do that. The citizen that comes out of the TC, let's just get that one to food. So all we need to be worrying about is we need to try and macro to 400 food to be able to get into the next stage. So just going to pause it. 400 food to get into the next stage. We need to build a temple before we can do that. So a temple, if we select one of our citizens here, a temple is going to cost you 150 wood and 150 coin. And you can see that we already start off with some wood and coin. So it's just a case of macroing for that. So if we have a look at the economic guild, we can see that we do have available to us, we have hand axe and we have pickaxe as well. So looking at this, is this going to be vital right now? Same with some of these here. We have plow, we also have husbandry as well. Is any of this going to be actually crucial for us? Do we actually need to build the economic guild first in age 1? We probably don't. So this is what I'm saying, is like, it's just trial and improvement, having a look. Do I need to build an economic guild? Is it viable? Do I need it right now in age 1? Probably not. Will I need it maybe as I'm transitioning from the first age to the second age? Probably. I probably want to maybe chuck in hand axe and pickaxe, but I probably don't need it right now. So these are the things that you think about. And of course, you can always go online and find a quick guide if you want to, but if you want to try and just learn it yourself, these are the things that I would recommend, so you can just try and get an idea for yourself. So let's just click play. And we're going to probably want to drop a house, right? Let's go ahead and drop ourselves a house, or it's a manor. It gives us 20 population. And we're probably going to want to do that. So we can see we've got 40 wood left and 40 coin. So we probably want to just make sure that we're still queuing citizens. From here, we can get them on auto queue. So let's just go ahead and do that. So they're going to be always coming out. And let's start getting some wood. We need to start getting some wood and coin. So my next citizen is going to be going over to coin here. So we're going to have one on coin, one on wood, and then the rest on food. There we go. And we do get these oracles that come out as well, so we can get those to start exploring. And if you leave them, they will slowly start to expand and view. You can see what they're doing. They're slowly expanding if they're stationary, so just bear that in mind. And we do get 3 of them, so we can start to use some of them here and just start to scour them. That's all we need to worry about just for now. Got some pigs. We're going to bring the pigs in, and we're just going to continue with getting some food here whilst auto queuing further villagers. So in this game, wood is gathered the quickest, then it's coin, then it's food. So food is actually the slowest. And you can see we've nearly got enough coin here to get our temple. We've got 100 coin. And citizens actually cost a bit of wood. I didn't even know that. Is that new? They cost a little bit of wood now. I didn't even know that. Anyway, we're probably just going to get one more, I would say. So that gold is coming in quite nicely here. 1.28, 1.65 on the wood. But we've got enough coin, so we're just going to come and help him here with the wood. And we do have the option here. We have a Gaia forest. Villagers gather wood faster from it, so we probably should have done that earlier. It's my bad. So they would have gathered from the tree a bit quicker. There we go. Okay, now we have enough for a... We've nearly got enough for a temple here. You can see, like, I'm making mistakes here. I'm having to bring back some to put on gold, but it's absolutely fine. This is going to happen. Like, over time, you're going to just learn about, okay, maybe I need to put this forest down immediately. I can get wood quicker. As you can see, wood's coming in now a lot quicker at 1.73. I've now got enough for my temple. Let's get the temple down. There we go. And I'm pretty good to go. 2 villagers are going to be making that. And everyone's on food. And we have enough food now to be able to age up. And the temple's nearly done. So we're going to be able to select our next age up option here. There we go. So now we can select it and we can go for whatever we want. There we go. Boom. And pause. There we go, ladies and gents. We kind of fumbled through that. I'm sure I'm going to get some comments about, oh my God, you did so many things wrong. You forgot about the Gaia forest and all this kind of stuff, of course. But this is what I want you guys to do. Of course, you can always go and find a quick kind of build order if you want to. That's absolutely fine. But if you want to just learn yourself, we found out that we didn't need to get the economic guild immediately, for example. That meant that we could have definitely sped up our age up and our macro a little bit more. Same with the forest. We could have put that forest down a lot earlier, pretty much the minute we got into the game as well, and we would have been able to gather wood a lot quicker. But guys, I really recommend Gaia as a first option, a first pick. If you're very new to the game, if you're new to RTS, I would give Gaia a go. You don't have to worry about all of those things that I mentioned, the resource drop-off points, also converting units into heroes when you need them, and of course, the nice cheap economic upgrades you have, and the lush as well, which means that enemies can't build on your lush. So you could be quite a defensive kind of play style, and hopefully once you get your eco up enough, you can then push out and attack your opponent and defeat them. Hopefully, fingers crossed. But there we go, guys. I hope you enjoyed this one. Of course, let me know down in the comments below your thoughts on this. Maybe you disagree. I'm sure there's going to be quite a lot of people disagreeing on this, but of course I'll catch you in the next Retold video. I'll catch you guys later. Bye.